Welcome, reading 3. I'm giving you guys a little bit of a smudge here. And this is from a beautiful old ancient cedar. We're going to let that give you a nice smudge. Take it in. Envision that smudging around your mind, body, and soul right now. Wow. So, welcome, reading 3. I have, each of these readings have been so different. And, it's interesting. Lately, Spirit's been having me take breaks in between the readings. And it's been kind of cool because it's usually in the same day, but a lot of things happen in between. And if you've ever had a personal reading with me, I usually go into meditation at least an hour before, sometimes days before. Your higher self will start giving me stuff, or your people will start giving me hints and stuff. But this has been fun because that's exactly what's been happening. I've been taking time in between and really closing the portals of each reading and opening up to the energy of the other reading. And I have to tell you, I feel so humbled. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your life, and just being a part of this tribe. Even if you're here for the first time, welcome. And if you keep coming back, thank you for continuing to come back, because we have some serious work to do here, and it's just been so magical to watch things unwind with each reading that I do. I swear we're just getting closer and closer to this really magnificent new world, and I can feel it now, and I can feel the old world dissipating. But things always get to that point of the ickiness before they start to to grow. Also, just I have to tell you that this is wild, because I usually turn this like this. You guys usually see it this way, but they really were adamant about having me do it this way. But look at how it looks like it's part of the staircase. That's what they want you to see, is that's the magic that's in front of us all the time. That's magic. Somebody else might not see that as magic, but I do, right? Because there's so many crystals and stones in my house. There's other things or whatever, but it was it's to show us that everything is connected, even that crystal and the imagery on that card. But the silence, when I was putting this together, it's interesting. The other two, they didn't have me say anything about the songs or the titles that were on their readings, but for you, they did, because because you already clicked on the link to your reading, but it's number 3, silence, but it was no light, no light. And that is by Florence and the Machine. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to look up that song. And it's just as I was listening to it and setting up your altar, I just really felt what Spirit was saying. Is she's like, what do you want me to say? You want a revolution, you want to get this right. She's like, well, that's a conversation I don't want to have tonight. She's like, that's, I don't, so I feel like there's some major things usually, not usually, I shouldn't say that, but many, many times when I use this deck and this card comes out, it usually means that it's time to go inward and be silent. And I'm sure that's part of it. But I also feel like there's all different levels of silence that you guys are going through. And it could just be that there's many of you watching this reading. And so, it's each of you are going through your own different energy of silence. But I kind of feel like for some of you, there's a fight, or someone's trying to bait you or something, and you're just being quiet. You're not even responding, which makes people more angry, right? I saw something recently about narcissists, and I swear to you on all that is holy, I'm like, I think the person that wrote this is a narcissist. I swear, because some of the things that they were saying, I'm like, yeah, well, if you haven't healed yourself, or if you blame the world for everything, then yeah, I can see why you would think that makes someone a narcissist, because they don't want to fucking, baby you or buy into your victim shit. Is really profound. So I think right now everybody's unraveling from different places, and just because somebody's writing about something doesn't mean that they're not that thing, right? It's like a mirror, especially if you're a writer. It's not an accident that comes into your orbit. But one of them was that that silence is a form of bullying. And I used to say that too, that silence was a form of bullying, because I've had people in my life where I would just push and push and push and push and push and push until I get some type of reaction out of them. And I mean, shit, you can go back to my childhood and it'll tell you why. You know what I mean? I can literally name 5 examples, right? So we all have tied to our inner child trauma. And I feel like for some of you, it's almost like, I'm going to go forward. I feel like you've just been in silence too long, and now Spirit's like, no, it's time to speak up, right? Because you've been, I feel like, I don't know if my camera phone will let me do this, but it's it's like you've just been in like this darkness, yet there's this light that's like shining behind you, right? Like you've got like a spotlight behind you and in front of you. I'm not using anything right now. I'm not using a flash. I'm not using my lantern. It's just that candle, and still you shine, right? Because no matter how much you try to hide, I'm feeling the hermit energy, the hermit card. No matter how much you try to hide or hide your magic or hide beneath that black, right? Because, and I feel like if you wear a lot of black, that's good, because actually black is a color of protection. So it's interesting when they're like, they're so weird. Why do they wear all black? I'm like, I feel like maybe they don't know that, but instinctively they're wearing the black because they know that they're light workers or they're different so I feel like silence be gone for you, because you don't need to hide in the shadows anymore. Or, I see you sitting on a staircase and there's a pumpkin next to you. Maybe you were an only child, or maybe, your brothers and sisters didn't want to play with you. And like maybe you wanted to dress up for Halloween. You're like, well, you guys want to make pumpkins with me? And maybe they used to and they didn't. So you're feeling lonely, like there's a loneliness that's stuck with you and you don't know why. Because you never said to your brother and sister, that made me feel lonely. I missed you guys. Instead, it's just like, hey, everybody grows up, grow out of it. I also feel like for some of you, you go off alone a lot because that's the only place you find silence. Mm. Also, I had to drink some water and I feel like I'm being choked. Throat chakra, that has been coming up a lot. This is the third reading in a row. I haven't done 4 yet, but this is the third time where I'm feeling like someone's choking me. You must speak your truth. Silence is not always golden. Sometimes this is the thing. You need to learn how to, and I don't mean like you need to learn. It's like, no, like spirit saying like, it's time for you to learn how to pick and choose your battles, when to stay silent and when to speak up. Because on the bottom of this, sorry, I don't have, it's funny, the lantern's there and they told me not to touch it. It says, there is a sweet embrace in the nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. And if you are drawn to reading 1, and since they're both number 9, because 36 comes out to number 9, I highly, highly suggest you watch it. Reading 1 was really powerful. And, it could be, we did speak of, and not all of it may resonate with you, but we did speak of like, being alone and quiet, and maybe, you need a pet or an animal. Maybe it's time to call in a familiar, so that maybe there's something you need to walk alone, or maybe you are alone and you're like, the silence is deafening. Then get an animal, research it, go and play with all different types of animals. And if you can have an animal where you live, get an animal. A lot of times that's really all you need is like some type of, therapy. And maybe when you were growing up, you weren't allowed to have animals, so like that pumpkin is like a representation. If you were pulled to reading 1, if you're not like, you don't have to read into it, but there was a lot of stuff there about animals and childhood and stuff. So if you, were somebody that always wanted a pet, but you couldn't have one, maybe there's some pearls in there for you. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So we're going to move on. That was really profound. Right now, they're not having me read out of the book. Oh, I had a feeling this card was coming out for somebody because when I was shuffling, it kept like coming out. So I'm going to bring this back a little bit. Let me get it in. Number 6, ruling. Interesting how the 2 first readings were the cat oracle, and then we used some of the witches oracle. And then now this one is going backwards. We started with the witches. So what is that again? Sorry, Spirit. Number 6, ruling. Ooh, there was also some ties to this from reading 3. If you watched reading 3 and you're watching this, that's really powerful too. This part, except for in the reading 2, was about the heart chakra being like that, but it was like roots and stuff and like how it was overgrown. But here, I feel like this is very, very, very interesting. Okay, do you want me to pull? I feel like there's a story, and I don't know if they want me to go all at once. You know what I'm saying? So let me just kind of play with the cards for a minute and see. My Chicago accent's been coming out lately. I've been talking about it because we've been watching Republic of Doyle. If you guys have ever seen that show, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, I knew it. I had a feeling. Okay. And the next one is Journey. Okay. This came up in reading 2 as well. Okay, so number 24. Daughters of our mothers, walkers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you hone. This is really powerful, you guys. Also, I'm going to pull this out a little bit. Oh, I feel like I'm feeling really good stuff for you guys. And I was about to put some stuff here and they said, nope, no more obstacles, no more things in your path. They want that clear. You've been sitting in silence long enough in your head. That's what I get from this, from Spirit. Like, you've been in your head, for some of you, like, you've been in your head long enough. Now it's about the doing. Now it's about the journey. Now it's about taking everything that you've learned and pulling it together. And they are calling me to read the cat card. Also, I would be remiss not to show you this because I feel like they want me to. So look at this cat. Oh my gosh, this card. I just heard Bad Blood from Taylor Swift. So there's something going on with that. And number 10, traveling. I don't know if we're going to actually pull that card, but they wanted me to show this and Taylor Swift's Bad Blood. So there's something going on there. If you know Taylor Swift, you know the reference. If not, research this song. Okay. Number 6, ruling. And this Siamese cat energy is so pompous. I love it though. Like, it's interesting. I say she, but it actually feels like a really strong masculine energy. Okay. So ruling. In this Oracle deck, each of these cards have an action and an advice. So interesting that we are in the second moon phase of setting intentions, because the next moon phase and moon phase 3 is taking action. So the action for you is express your will, and the advice is put plans into action. Call the shots, stand up and own your ground. You are in control. Allow passion and fire to shine through every action and emotion you express. Charismatic fire alights the soul and all intentions. Lay down rules to express personal power. Erect barriers. Speak from the heart and the head. Feel energy course through the body. Rule with grace by using a gentle yet powerful touch. Energy of passion. Okay. So that in there, they're like, they won't let me speak anymore. They're like holding my tongue. So that has to do with the bad blood. So I feel like for some of you, like, who wants to fucking have a confrontation? I mean, really, if you do, then there's something going on there, right? Something that you really need to deal with on your own, then asking other people to pull into your bullshit. Because confrontation means that you're anticipating that it's going to go badly. So if you anticipate that in these actions that you're going to take are, if you do them with love and with pure heart and not trying to make up excuses or give this reason or that happened or this happened, no. Just, I heard now. Oh, Michelle, one of my childhood friends just came in. She's an angel now. She used to do this thing and she'd go, now, when we were little. It's true, right? Like, no. Like, it's time to put your foot down. And if there is bad blood, then that's on their part, not yours. If you go into it thinking you're going to be bad blood, then it will be. But if you go into it with, like, I've got to speak my truth, no more silence, like, you know what I mean? Because look at this. Here, you're speaking in silence, but here you're like walking away because you're like, I don't want to be in silence anymore. And if there is going to be bad blood, like, you know, like if this is you going on your journey, it's like, then the bad blood's on you. You're the one that's suffering because you're suffering in silence. You're over here in your head thinking about how the conversation's going to go or what's going to happen or whatever, blah, blah, blah. If you do this thing, if you set this intention, if you take action and you do this thing, but the journey is right here and it's waiting. It's like, you know, this is your true life here. You're just sitting there. Look at, she's all white and pale, like she's never seen sun, like she's a ghost, like she's dead. I don't want to give away the ending if you've never seen it, but have you ever seen that movie with Nicole Kidman called The Others? If you've never seen it, and if you have seen it, don't put anything below, okay? Because it's a really cool movie. But if you like spooky, scary thrillers, but it's beautiful. It actually has a beautiful ending, if that makes it feel any better. But if you like to be scared, I like to be scared, you know? It's fun because, especially ones like that, because in the end, you're like, oh my gosh, right? Because usually most of the time when ghosts are suffering or things are happening, it's because they're stuck somewhere. And once they get on the right path, then they're happy. So it's called The Others with Nicole Kidman. Put it on your list to watch. Very, very, very good. Okay, so it's like, that's what they're saying. It's like you're the ghost in your own house. It's like if you're taking over, you're letting other people like keep you in silence. It's like you're a ghost in your own house. So lay down rules to express personal power, erect barriers, speak from the heart and the head, right? Take your emotions out of it. It's not saying that you're not emotional or you're not emotionally tied to this, but they want you to go into this situation as if it wasn't you. I know that sounds crazy, but seriously, as if this was your friend. And when you're speaking, think about how you would, tell your friend, right? Because if it's not emotionally, obviously you love your friend or person or family that's going through that, but it's not really about you though, right? It's not your story, it's their story. So I'm getting from spirit, like, if you go into it like it's your story and this other person's story, and you have to remember you have no idea the dialogue that's going on in their head, what's going on in their heart. Most people are working from a fear-based emotion if they haven't healed that wound. So if you have two parts there, or if you have people who are going into it that are feeling anxious, it's most likely because you feel, right? Also, if you're an empath or a telepath or a medium, which I believe you are, and now it's time for you to go on that journey, it's like you can sense and feel that things aren't right, and that most likely it's going to go a certain way, but you don't know that for sure. So timing is everything, spirit is saying, like timing is everything. And even if they want to have a conversation with you, if you don't feel calm and centered and grounded, and especially if it comes out of left field, you have every right to say, you know what, I can't right now, but I would love to. Can we hang out tomorrow? Can we talk tomorrow? And just do it from a loving place. And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. But if especially if somebody's coming at you heated, be like, I respect that you're feeling that way, but I have something I have to take care of. If they say what, just say, I just have something I have to take care of. It's nobody's business. You need to erect those barriers, boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Rule with grace by using a gentle yet powerful touch, right? Because you can help somebody or aid or guide a situation or a conversation if you're doing it with love. If you're literally coming from it with love, and however they respond is how they're going to respond. But if you come at it with love and with compassion, how would you feel if you're on the other, if the shoe is on the other foot? We're all at different levels of consciousness. So you hold the key there, right? Obviously, if you're the one that's suffering in silence, it's because you know that you don't want to hurt someone or yourself. But it's time to elevate yourself out of that situation so that you can go on to the next step of your journey. It's time for the chapter. The new earth is here, and they're trying to show us the way. So it says, energy of passion always wrongs to be righted, right? Oh, always. Ooh, interesting. Passion. Oh, but here's the real sentence. But that's what came out of my mouth, right? But here's the real sentence. Energy of passion allows wrongs to be righted. So an energy of passion, be mindful, right? Because if a conversation can get really heated really quickly if people care about each other. Because even if someone hates you, that's a pretty strong emotion. They'd have to love you a lot to hate you that much, right? So it burns away that which is no longer needed. And it's also on page 22. So another reference, if you were drawn to reading 2, you might want to go check that out. Okay, so no one can distract or dissuade personal power. No permission is required. You are a beacon of power. Now is the time to take action. Results follow. Strut your stuff, knock the pen off the table, and do what you will to get the attention you want, crave, and desire. No one can resist you now. All want to please you. Keep this in your mindset, positive energy. You will dispense adoration when you are good and ready. You give your valuable attention when you decide the time is right and not a moment before. And also for those of you who are tugging at you to I feel like you have to sit in silence a lot because you're out there, always helping people on the road, taking care of people, no matter where you are in the grocery store, blah, blah, blah. I feel you there. But you don't have to do that. There are days where I'll say to spirit, let me be, invisible and not like fully invisible, but like I say it in like a really cute way. I say it my own way. So you say it in your own way. And I just say, when I go into the store, and then it's like the people that I normally talk to, they're either on break or they're busy working with other people, or they'll go down another aisle or something. Cause I know I talk to people all the time where I work. I work when I'm out. Like anytime I'm out, I'm working pretty much. That's why like when I'm home, I'm working, when I'm out, I'm working, when I'm sleeping, I'm working. And this may apply to you too. So that doesn't mean you have to do it though. You are allowed to take care of yourself. You're allowed to, heal yourself and not give everything up front to everybody all the time just because they need it. If you're tired and you need a moment of silence, you don't have to explain yourself. And anybody who's like, gimme, I want, needy baby, greedy baby, then that is someone who you probably most likely don't want in your life anyway. I'm sorry, I know that's hurtful, but it's true. I've had to really put my foot down with people in the last few years, and it's been hard. And the hardest part has been watching their behavior. And I'm like, you're fucking like 30 years older than me, or you're like 25 years older than me, and I'm just like, wow. And it just goes to show that age does not matter. So you could be dealing with a parental unit, or something like that, or people, people don't care. Boundaries are boundaries. They don't care. They don't understand, and they're going to look at it from their viewpoint because that's all they know. And you know what I mean? But you know who you are. So Spirit is saying, remember who you are before you have these conversations. Don't go down to their level. That doesn't mean that you're better than them. It just means that you're in a different consciousness level. So don't go down to their level and feed into it, because it's just bringing you back, a low vibration, and that's not good for you. So keep in the no one can resist me. I am love. I am love. I am love. Stay in your head of like, I am the bomb diggity bomb diggity. I am, look at this Siamese, right? They're a badass mofo. Look up Siamese cat spirit medicine. I'm sure somebody's wrote about it somewhere online, right? Because they're so, I've been around Siamese. I've been around Tonkinese. And there is seriously nothing like the Siamese, man. They are really cool animals. So with that being said, it says reward your loyal friends with lavish and playful attention. Yeah, like spend more time with the people who make you happy, and not people who are always wanting something from you, or like, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, can you help me with that? It's like, no, it's like go in your corner, go and work it out and figure it out. There's a time when we need to talk to people, right? And talk things out, of course. But there's another thing where you just like leave shit on people's plate, and it's like, hey, what would you do? Like, give me your advice, because they don't want to think for themselves. And that's an easy, and we all do it. Okay, we all do it. We don't mean to, because it's not even lazy, we just get fucking tired, and we're so tired we can't even find the answers in our own silence because we're overwhelmed, we're overtired, and the energy on the earth right now is really potent. My throat chakra, I feel like somebody's going to choke me to death. Seriously, like, speak your truth and get it out there, and put those boundaries in place with those people. Don't put it on other people to do it for you. It is your job. Happiness truly is an inside job. So it says the last bit of advice from this beautiful Siamese cat is exude confidence and grace when springing to new heights and loving life. Yes, empower yourself that way. Also, I'm getting for some of you, travel is on the horizon. And a lot of you are going to come to some conclusions along your travels. You're going to find the answers. And look, see how they're standing strong with their hands on their hips, but they also have their armor on. But I love this too, because it's like as above, so below, because it kind of feels like it's got like this ethereal energy, but these trees kind of feel like the tree of life. So, connect to the galactic energies. I mean, cat's an energy, right? Like the cat was created. It's an actual energy. Let's see, are there any more messages for reading 3 in any of the other decks? We haven't pulled any from here yet. Oh, this one got loosey-goosey. Oh, you're the first ones. I was wondering. I'm like, so we have the archetypes here, but we're not using them. So, okay, Spirit. Reading 3, what archetype would help them on their journey? Oh, so work with the Siamese cat, and then work with, oh my gosh, it's like the whole entire deck just fell. Work with this particular archetype. Oh, the tear. Ooh, the tear. I'm going to go up a little bit closer so you can see it. The tear. And I think L is 50, right? So that would be 52. Let's, I feel like this wants to go over the silence. The tear is kind of making me sad. I was actually really sad when I started your reading, if I'm being honest. It was almost like I didn't know what I was getting into, because reading 2 was like kind of aggressive. It started out aggressively, and I was like, what the fuck, So yeah, the tear. Okay, so I'm going to grab the book. Hold on. Okay, so I was correct. It is 52. The tier, and each of these, there's so many cards. There's 78 cards in this deck, and there are 3 different groups. Let me see. Yeah, 3 different groups. So we have the selves, the places, and the initiations. Oh, the 4. There is 4. I thought so. So we've got the selves, the places, the tools, and the initiations. These are the different archetypes that, to work with. So this particular one is the tear. It's a tool. Sounds like you need to cry it out. Okay, so it says the tear, the mourning, the release, the rain. Yes, let it flow. Tears are droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Yes, if you cannot get there, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because that's how you can really tell. You know, have you ever had a conversation with somebody that you really love, or a breakup or something, but like you finally like tell each other how you really feel, and then you cry and you're like, dude, why didn't you just tell me that? And you're like, because I was afraid. Because we all hold so much fear in our, and so we hold our tears back from fear. But if you change that, you know, take off the F and make it a T, it's a tear. And so I'm hearing from Spirit also, these are the crystals that it wanted to be on, which is quartz crystal, Lemurian crystal, and moonstone. So work with those if you can, if you have them. If not, you can still call in the energy of it without actually, you know, having them in your person, in your hands, or in your. But if you can, use them if you have them, and if you can afford to get them, please do so. I think you'd be really happy with that. Okay, so here we go. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their eternal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that, once acknowledged, will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. Yeah, you guys, if you were really drawn to two, please go watch it, because it was all about death and loss and all that. So that would be really powerful. So in this archetype book, also interesting how they always have like these little, like, I'm gonna pull this out a little bit. See these here? It's like we've got tears and then like a closed tear. So like, yeah, like get it out, get it out, get it out. But see how they have these things on the side? They're just like little, they just kind of help in your growth process for where you are. I'm going to go in a little bit because I think that it was powerful to be there. Okay, and the first one is, so when we're in light, when we're using the archetype of the tear, but we're in light, right? Like we're feeling good. We hear melodies, we feel the melancholy and the flowing through. We love that energy, but it's more of like a, right, like a good memory. Like you're crying because you're like, oh, I miss grandma's cookies. I miss you, grandma. You know what I mean? But when we're in dark, we're drowning drama, murkiness, right? Where it's like, I miss you, grandma. You know, right? It's like there's a whole different vibe there, but that's because you've gone through many moons. So there's a lot of healing to be done here, you know, and I feel like you're just at the beginning of your healing journey. So take it easy. You know, we are all at different levels of our path and our consciousness. So let it go. To go deeper, it says Rain by Vachel Lindsay. I don't know who that is, but I can give you a screenshot if you would like. Let me get you in there. Can you get a screenshot? I know it's not super light. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, here we go. Okay, get a screenshot. I'm holding it in a weird angle, so if you didn't get a screenshot, it doesn't matter. Okay, then it doesn't matter. Then you're not meant to, or whatever. You'll find it'll come across, you know. If both the tear and the river appear in a reading, this indicates an excess of the water element in your life, as in the Ayurvedic tradition. Balance it with fire and earth. You guys did pull a few more, so we'll see what happens. The tear is powerful, and it is possible to be subsumed in its waters. Find a supportive place to open the floodgates. Yeah, because maybe you need to. So we have the creator and we have the queen. Okay. So I'm going to put the queen here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cackle in there. I'm going to put the queen here because I feel like that felt like a very king queen energy of the Siamese cat. Also, I don't know if it was reading one or reading two, but we spoke of the snake. So come on, that's no accident. Also, I feel like this wants to back up a little bit because at this moment, I don't feel, let me ask Spirit, do you want us to read from the book, Spirit, for the other cards? Yeah, I don't feel like that either. If you want, you can research, because this deck is really popular now. You could probably find the book meanings online. So we have 11 and we have 22. So again, if you were drawn to 2, I mean, there's 22 again. So that means something. Also, 2 and 2 is 4. And that's about laying a strong foundation for your journey. Remembering that you are the queen. And it doesn't matter what you identify with. This is about identifying and really clinging onto and praying to all the divine feminine deities, you know, and saying like, and have them come to you. Maybe there's one that you really want to work with. You know, in meditation, say, I'm calling to all the divine feminine entities throughout the universe. Are there any that want to work with me right now? And if you get quiet and still, you know, you'll hear something. I don't want to say something because I don't want to put anything in your head, but you'll hear something, or a vision of something will come, and then you know what I mean? But call on that energy, because you are ready to shed that skin of your past, let it go, so that you can have a new future. And you are the creator. You are painting your own future right now, but you've got to let this stuff go. And crying it out is going to be the best thing for you. Like, I really get that from spirit. And also interesting that we had 10 over here with the awesome cat, right? It's like we've got the cat, and I feel like the cat is trying to say too, like, you know, like the cat's still there, so like calling the cat energy, right? But they're like, put your armor on, you could do this, put your big panties on, you know, they said the big boy big girl panties on, like, yeah, like, get your shit together, you got this, you know. And there's no more excuses. That's what I'm getting from spirit. There's no more excuses, because you know what you can do, and you don't need, ooh, when I looked down it was 30-29, and then it was 30-30. You know what you can do, and you know what you can't do. And so I'm getting from spirit, like, oh shit. Okay, some just fell, and because there's so many, I'm gonna pause. Hold on. Okay, so check this out. So these were the two. I picked them up and I reshuffled. It's just because I'm running out of time, so I did it on my own. Okay, so look at this. We've got the Venom and the Bardo. And I was like, oh, please let me read from the book. I don't know the Bardo. I don't know this deck that well. They're like, it's not about that. So L is 50, right? So I feel like L in any of these, I feel like these could be letters for you guys in your name, or other people's names too, by the way. But look at the Venom. In the same reading, when we were talking about the snake, we spoke about how, you know, a lot of snakes are just really wonderful and lovely. Like, they don't even have teeth to hurt you, you know, but some have fangs and venom, and you know what I mean? So this is very serious. It's time for you to get away from those venomous creatures, so that you can be like, you know what I mean? Shed your skin of that. Like, that doesn't serve you anymore. And this is 11, and this is, what is this? So this is 50. So this is 63. Oh, which is also the number 9. Yes. So, you know who these venomous creatures are. Spirit's kind of like, I get this vibe that they're like, you know, like who they're talking about, you know who they're, you know what I mean? So the Bardo, what I get from that too is not just that the L's for the name, but and 50, but if you take away the 5 or take away the 0, it's 5, and it's about change and transformation. And this is you being the creator, right? And the skulls are about death, but it's also about rebirth for your new journey. You know, that's what I got from spirit. And if you look, this is like the eye. It's like an iris. And that's you looking, like, it's almost like you're looking in the past and all you see is death and venom and bullshit, and you're like, you know what, I want to go fucking hang out with like beings from other galaxies that have cat heads. Have cats for heads. That's who I want to hang out with. And you're like, so I'm gonna go do it, bye. And you know, it's gonna take some tears and some time, and it's gonna be hard, but you know what, when you get off and you set your fucking rocket like out into the stars, into the universe, there is going to be nothing that you cannot accomplish. So you guys, those are your messages. I hope they helped you in any way. Let me just make sure, Spirit, do we have any more messages for reading 3? No, that is it. We love you so much. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves and each other. Blessed be. Oh,